Hi, this is Param. In this video, we will see what do you mean by bootstrapping cluster. Okay, so bootstrap checks we have seen the setup, right? Bootstrap checks is different, bootstrapping cluster is different. That is one. Okay. Second things, I am creating separate video for each topic or each settings related, of discovery. Because of this is very important, and this is what we will do when for the production cluster, okay, or whenever you are running production mode, though it is for production or though it is for the dev environment, okay, for dev setups, okay. So irrespective of the environment, okay, we will be running more than one node in different host, okay. So that's why so in that case obviously we should be familiar with each and every details of discovery process and discovery how the cluster is formed, okay. So that's why I am creating a separate video for each topics, okay. As I told you, in this video we will see the what is bootstrapping cluster. Bootstrapping cluster is very nothing but, okay, the first time formation of the cluster, okay, the first time formation of the clusters, okay. How we will do first time formation means obviously we will configure cluster dot initial master dot nodes, okay. In that we will be configure all the master eligible node, okay. So let's say we are at least minimum for the best case, at least minimum best case, what is we will create minimum 3 node cluster, right. So 3 node cluster means all the 3 node can be part of the master eligible node, okay. So in that case we will be declaring all of the 3 nodes, okay. The thing is what they are saying is you can declare only in one node, okay. We can declare in only one node cluster dot initial master node variable, okay. But there is no guarantee, so that to avoid that only to avoid that to make sure to resilient cluster, okay, you declare the same in cluster dot initial master dot nodes variable. I mean, I say array, right? It's array in all 3 nodes at least. At minimum, I am saying, okay. If it is minimum 3 node cluster, you declare in all the master eligible node, that to resilient cluster forming, okay. That is one thing. Okay. Second thing is what is now in the initial master node, what we will give either IP address or node name, okay, whatever it is, okay. It should match with the node dot names, okay. So let's say if a specific node dot name, you should take care of that. You should use the node dot name only in the initial master node. You should not be mismatched, okay. Similarly, network dot host is a host name again. How we will be using. So what is now? So you network dot host node dot name. You please put the same host name, that is easiest one, okay. And in the master node, in the initial master node, you put again the node name, okay. But when you have to put IP address na, whenever you are for what any network dot host, not transport dot host, okay. In the transport dot host you have to declare in the IP only, okay. Okay. So this, as I told you, this is what the bootstrapping cluster. So okay, obviously second time onwards you no need to configure. You can comment out, in fact, okay. You should not be like, okay, already cluster has formed. Again you should not ask your cluster to find the new form to find the new clusters, okay. Then second thing is what is now, of course you can run many nodes in a single host, okay. All the nodes running within the same host, it will form, but there is no guarantee, okay. So there is no guarantee either to the same host or different host, okay. There is no guarantee, but it will form, okay. It will identify, it will even within the single host, it will discover any other nodes or either any other instance are running in the same host, okay. But it will form, but there is no guarantee. So since that, what is now cluster.name has to be configured, okay. Cluster.name has to be configured. Cluster.name you should configure according to your need, okay. By default it is Elasticsearch, but you can configure according to your client or account, something like that, okay, or use case specific, okay. So cluster.name has to be same for all the nodes, okay. Then only it will form the cluster, it will form the clusters, okay. So of course you can have many cluster, but each cluster should be separate name, okay. Each cluster should be separate name. Say for example, but this is very rare case I am saying, okay. Let's say you have 3 node or which the 3 host, okay, 3 physical host, okay. In that you want run minimum 2 cluster. Then obviously you can run 2 instance from each host. One instance, each instance join separate cluster. So that's also you can configure, but no need, in fact. In real case it is very rare, but if you want still you can do that, okay, by using different cluster.name. That is where cluster.names will play the role, okay. So yeah, this is what node name should be used, okay. If it is not there, you should use the host names, okay. Network.host names, okay. If you are using IP address, you can use the IP address or port, okay. So obviously this is whatever we are publishing is 934 9300, right? Yeah, 9200 for HTTP layer, 9300 for transport layer. Obviously, we are configuring transport layer only. Okay, keep it that in mind. Okay, in the bootstrapping, we are configuring only the transport layer communications. Okay. Yeah, that is what I explained. Okay, you can configure only one server, only one host, but for the resilient, you do the same thing in all the three nodes. Okay, and this is also it will be there. Okay, or else you can pass as a value as well. So you can configure in the Elasticsearch.yml file, or you can pass with as a command line parameter using -d. This is also you can pass. Okay, the name only I have discussed here. Okay, so name should be matched. That is what discussed here. Okay, cluster names. Okay, if you want multiple clusters. Okay, but it is best to have the cluster dot names. Okay, according to like that something. Auto bootstrapping means what? It is running default configuration within a single host, but multiple node or multiple instance of Elasticsearch. Okay, but if you are declaring any of these three, okay, seed provider, forget that. Okay, at least we will be declaring these three. Okay, seed host, seed host and the initial master node. Okay, so we will be configuring these two definitely if you want to run the if you want to run the production mode. Okay, then whenever configuring the either of these ones. Okay, that what, but bootstrapping will not, I mean automatic discovery will not happen. Okay, whenever you declare like this. Okay. Okay, the second thing is what is now, so you make sure that all the names are perfect, otherwise what will now, so let's say you have not configured initial master properly, then what will happen now? Yeah, let's say you are running 3 nodes, the 3 node will start the three different clusters independently. Okay, then you cannot merge the cluster. What they say, the second is, even if you are trying, okay, once you identify, yeah, by mistake by mistake it started individual cluster and individual host. Okay, but if you want to if you want second subsequent run also, it will not, because of the cluster formed, right? Cluster has formed as a single node, right? So what is the when only this is what? Okay, so by mistake or something, if you are, this is the first steps. This is I have done many times. Okay, just even I have done for the purpose of running trial license. Okay, I mean repeating trial license. Okay, so what is stop all the node, delete all the data folders. Okay, then I will uncomment the initial master node, then I will start, then it will form the new clusters. Okay, I have done this for, but what they are saying is, so by mistake also you don't let Elasticsearch start different cluster on the different host. Okay, so to avoid that, you declare this seed host, initial master, then of course cluster.name, cluster.name. So obviously you can avoid that such a bad things. So this is what discussed about the bootstrapping Elasticsearch cluster. So bootstrapping Elasticsearch cluster is first only one time it will run. Okay, so second time onwards you no need. So obviously bootstrapping means that is happening only one time at the very first times. Okay, yeah, thank you, thanks for watching.